Hi guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be looking at Hellbringer, which is a new game coming out soon. This is a prototype, but it's an excellent prototype. It's really got a lot of art and really cool design. Maxime from Canada sent this over to me to try and to review and to play. Thanks for that, Maxime. It's been an absolute blast. I'm going to show you what's inside the prototype. Then I'm going to just have a bit of a chat to you about how the game plays and what it does and why I like it. It's really fun. It's a card player. For me, I would say it's a solo card player, but you can play it 1 to 4 players. I've not actually tried it 2 or 4 or 3, but I think that would be great too, because the way this has been designed and how much love and attention has gone into this, you can clearly see that Maxime, the designer, has really put all of his energy into this, and he knows what he's doing. It's brilliant. The art's great. The way the cards work together is fantastic. It's difficult, but you also power up and get loads of extra dice to roll yourself, which feels great when you're rolling like 13 or 14 dice and then you're smashing a really difficult monster. And you've got to make sure your perception gets better as well so you can see them to fight. It's a huge part of this game that I didn't realise when I first started, but balancing that perception increase and increasing your overall powers everywhere else as well in the right way is a bit of a balancing act, but that's actually really fun and really rewarding. So I'm going to show you what's inside, and then I'm going to go through kind of the setup and how it looks on the table and how it plays. So if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, and of course go to their website for Hellbringer, which is hellbringergame.com. So check it out. It's an absolutely fantastic game. When it comes to Kickstarter, I've already decided I'm going to back it. So if you like the way it looks, you might want to back it too. So let's get this to the table and show you what's inside. Okay, so I'm just going to open Hellbringer up and see what is inside. Now, as I've said before, this is a prototype and it's not final, but you know, it looks really nice and it's put a lot of effort into putting this together. It looks brilliant so far. There's obviously things up here saying it's not final. There's a rule book, there's a campaign booklet. There's thicker than I expected it to be for a prototype. There's me knocking the camera. The rule book is really nicely laid out. It looks some cool art there. Some spoilers for stuff that so it looks really funky there. The lights shine out, which is really annoying. So that looks really nice. You've got some class, command and enemy cards. I'll have a little read through this soon and try and figure out how it plays, and all your different classes: warrior, hunter, druid, paladin, monk and sorcerer. So you got 6, which is great start. 6 is a lot more than you might expect from a card game of this size. I think it looks really nice. It's always good to have like clear symbols: red, green, blue and violet. The connection points, it says on here, and you can have 2-handed items sometimes. So each person's going to have their own things. Then you've got your symbols all listed here. This will be useful to have ready when I'm playing. Got your card types. You've got game mechanics: enemy dice, damage dice, poison dice, and it tells you there clearly the blanks don't do anything, don't deal damage or don't do poison. You've got a sight board. You've got card activations. Looking through this is really exciting me. It looks brilliant. The art is great. I think the paper quality in the final version will most probably be a little bit different because this feels nice, but I don't know if it's final. You've got how to calculate damage. The artwork for art is really nice. I'm hoping it shows up well on the camera as well. I would say it's a little bit dark to see all of it. Maybe they'll lighten some of that up in the final print. The cards all look great as well on the pictures anyway. I'm actually really excited for this. It looks like a great game. Haven't really explained a lot about it, but it's a kind of card deck building game. I think what I've heard, it's very fast, it's very easy to follow. The campaign book is not final, but as you can see here, there's a nice little map where you can go around. There's 9 campaign things here. Don't know if that's final, how many is to go. It looks great, yeah. The map looks great, the art looks brilliant. For a first time game developer, it seems excellent. The quality of the books and the layout of all this stuff looks brilliant. I'm not going to put too much spoilers on there for you because I don't want to ruin it for you if you get it, or want to play the game, but obviously ask me any questions afterwards. And then we've got different decks here in the bags from Maxime. So we've got common, you've got common set 1 out of 2, common set 2 out of 2. You've got summary cards and designer notes. You most probably won't get them in the actual final thing. Class starter cards, starter monsters, regular monsters, combat cards, location cards, throw cards, demons. Really nicely put together for a prototype. I can tell you I've had a few, and this is one of the best put together I've seen so far. A bag which feels like it's got dice in it. Yeah, lots of little dice. I'm sure these dice will be different on the main game, but for now they're functional. They're little square cubes with stickers on, but obviously that's to be expected in a prototype. So expect them to be nicer on the main game. These boards look nice. They've all got kind of little bits that stick in, so I'm assuming they'll stick onto your player board, and some scores written in for people who've used them before, but then we'll most well use these pens that should just rub off what's been written before, and then get ready for your campaign and your hero. So you kind of going to change these maybe as you go. There wouldn't be another reason for this to be like this unless it's just for the prototype, but each hero can maybe upgrade all different things and then get your stats as you go. The symbols are all very clear. They seem very easy to rub off. Nice, there's 4 of those, but I believe it's 3 player, so I'm not sure why there's 4, but I'm sure I'll find out. There's 3 pens, maybe just a spare one in case it's needed. You've got some nice boards in here as well that will fit together like kind of puzzle pieces on the side there, the slot in. Don't know exactly where all these pieces go yet, so one that looks like it's going to have monster cards on it or boss cards. One with these eyes symbols, I'm not sure what they mean, I can't remember from looking quickly at the rulebook just then. One where some cards will maybe go and things. Oh, I need to not knock the camera. And then you've got some player boards here, it looks like. So this looks like your standard player board. Here in the middle, they're different cards up in the corners. And then, as I said, there's a slot in the bottom for you to fit your written stuff on. Just knock the actual box lid over. Move that away. And so this is going to slot into there in the final version. As you can see, the two are slightly different types at the minute. One's kind of a satin finish and one's more of a glossy finish. So that will be different, and I'm sure they'll all fit together nicely when you get to the end. But yeah, that just clips on. So you've got your hero board, and then you can change the stats and clip them together, and nice and easy, Japanesey. And these 3 player boards are all the same. There's actually 4 player boards, so they've put a spare one in here just in case, I guess. Maybe you can have a companion or something. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't got that far into it, but that's what's in the box at the minute. So I'm going to, after this, go through a little bit of a review once I've had time to play it and learn the rules. So that is my next job, and then I will let you know what I think of the game and how it plays. Really excited to get into this one. It looks brilliant. The components look great. There's a lot of different bits and bobs. It looks like it's going to be really fun, and you get to upgrade as you go, hopefully, in the campaign. So I'm really excited to give it a try. So let's get to that section. So I love this game. I've just finished the tutorial. As you can see, I've upgraded my paladin. He's really got great art on him. A fantastic set. I managed to upgrade his armor. I started with a different armor that I upgraded once, and then I thought, actually I want this one because it does your perception up, which you soon get to understand in this game. Perception is very important, because on this board over here, this is our sight board, and this is the boss we've just defeated, called the Cursed Emperor. He is not easy by any means. He's got a lot of damage, and he is the first boss on the tutorial, so it was not an easy way through. You put him in sighted if you can see him. You put him in mixed of sighted and unsighted if there's 2 to 4 players. So some people can see him, some people can't. And if you can't see him, then he goes up here, over here. And then you've got over here on the right, you've got like your different locations that come out and the tombs that you read as the campaign carries on. What things, it tells you when to do them and things, and that's all explained. And you've got cards up the side here of your character that you can put here, like powers you can activate. You can use these cards once, or you can equip them for an action cost, and then later on you can pay an action cost to use them and not have to discard them, which is a really cool idea. So some of them you might only want to use once for a bit of a boost of something. Some of them like these I thought were really cool. Like draw a card from a card and draw a pile for every 20 shield you hold. And then any enemies that enter the play during your turn with less than 5 action points are eliminated. So again, with this being a prototype, that's a blue lightning symbol, but on the actual cards and like here on this, it's a yellow symbol. And on the enemy cards, normally on like a regular monster card, if I show you, though that is blue for them. So that's how you can see the difference. Actually, I've just realized I'm being a plonker and it's right. It should be blue to show that it's the enemies that are going to die, because theirs are blue and ours is yellow. So that's a nice touch. I didn't notice that. The damage on the dice, that's 20 damage to all opponents extra, but the dice also have little symbols in them if it's 2 or 3. This adds like rolls to your damage. I also managed to get a nice companion here who was really useful, Gollum. He was really good. He added 2 damage to targets to roll. And then I got a really nice weapon as well. I started off with a mace, but upgraded to this Sight of Spirits. And every time you defeat an enemy in this game, you can put a card underneath the side here, and that adds to your stats. So more health, more shield, more perception, more action points, and then more cards that you can learn, more skills you can learn. So I got to the point where I could learn 3 skills, but you can take on more, I think. You can increase your action points and your perception and your shields and your health as far as you want, as many enemies you kill. And the game runs quite quick. This is the discard pile I went through for the starter campaign. It's not a lot, but it teaches you how to play the game. It's quite straightforward. This would be about maybe 2.5 times bigger for a regular campaign game, but some of them are slightly different. And when you draw through them, and then every time you get to like a card like this, a combat card, then you draw a monster out and comes onto the board. Hopefully you will have defeated your others by then. Normally you do, because you don't have to draw that many cards from there. But if you go through your hand of cards and spend some cards, you also draw from this pile to bring some other cards out to help you give bonuses and multipliers, and it all feels great. And then, like I said, these places over here get filled as well from this draw pile. After every set pile you get to a crypt, and at the end you get to the tomb. And in a regular campaign you get through other stuff. You've got let's have a look in the book. You've got some other things in here. You've got different locations. You've normally got a pile of 5 things. I only had a pile of 2, so I only had the pile 1 and pile 4, because you take out pile 2 and pile 3 for the introduction, and you don't really have a pile 5. So you also would have a cave and hell in the regular campaign. And there's the campaign booklet as well with loads of stuff in. It says not final, but obviously with it being a prototype, there's loads of campaign stuff in here. It's massive. It's got up to 9 chapters, which is amazing for a prototype. You'd think maybe only a couple, 2 or 3, and then the rest will be developed later on, but he's got a lot of great stuff in here. As you can see on the cards, like this says artwork not shiny, artwork not final at the top, but the artwork on that is fantastic. It's like a kind of dragon skull in the mountain underneath mines or something, some kind of sick twisted Mines of Moria stuff going on. And the art on all the cards looks great. I particularly love my paladin, as I said, and even those armor sets look really nice and well done. So for a first time game designer, firstly it's fantastic. Even like the art in the book, like this guy looks creepy as hell. He's one of the main bad guys, I think, at the end. And just the bits in the book are really nice feel to the way it looks. Really dark. The game is quite difficult, but it's really fun. Once I understood the rules a little bit better, I managed to wreck shop. As you can see over here on my dice tower, I've got quite a lot of dice I threw on my last battle to defeat this main bad guy from the first level. And I ended up having to roll about 14 dice, I think it was. Maybe 14 reds and 2 green, or 12 reds and 2 green. I can't be bothered counting, but it was a lot, and I felt really powerful, and I felt like I'd really built there and deserved it. It was such a great experience. I'm definitely going to be looking to back this on Kickstarter, which is a big thing for me. So Hellbringer, keep an eye out for it. It's a brilliant game. Really look forward to playing more. Hoping I can keep it a bit longer and play through the campaign. If I can, then I will, because it's great fun. And look, this is all the cards, the common cards. There's loads of different types. So when you're doing your games, you'll have loads of different combinations that can come out, loads of different armors and magic and shields and all sorts of things. And the cards are great. The design's great. It's a really well put together game. So that's Hellbringer. That's all I'm going to say. Keep an eye out for it. I'll keep you posted when it's coming to Kickstarter, because I'm definitely going to want to get a copy myself. See you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you like the content. See you next time.